This segment is brought to you by Cardiovascular Institute of the South, providing our patients the highest quality cardiovascular care available.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. It's going to be a special event on Thursday. Coming home from the airport at 10 in the morning, going down Highway 90 to LA 1, the return of Truman George Causey, who died as a prisoner of war in World War II. He was captive by the Japanese. He ended up doing the Bataan Death March. He survived that, but later died in a Japanese prison at the age of 33. If you know how they do these, there's usually mass graves where these prisoners are put. And recently they found his DNA remains, and he will be returned home to his family. His granddaughter will accept the remains that are going to be in Raceland. Here to talk more about it is Rocky Bush. He's with the Patriots Guard, your state captain with them. And Rocky, this is an awesome thing. And what you guys do, you're going to escort Mr. Causey as they come down. So tell me a little bit about what we're going to do on Thursday.
Well, we're going to go to the airport, and we're going to be, one of our members is going to have a bunch of flags. So we'll each one of us will have a flag, and we'll stand at the gate and wait. And when the plane lands, the family will go in to the plane. The vehicle been searched. We're not allowed in there, but the military, the family, the hearse goes in. Then they'll come out, and we'll stand along the road with our flags, and we'll salute. Then they will stop, give us time to pick the flags up, get on our bikes, in the truck, whatever we're escorting in, and then we'll follow the state police, the sheriff's office, whoever's coming in, and we will just provide an escort from the airport to the funeral home. So we just basically we ride.
So we expect that, and we're encouraging, I guess, people that anybody along that route from the airport, Highway 90 to LA 1 into Raceland, and hopefully we have a good, and probably going to have a lot of the fire departments and those kind of things. But if you can go out to the side with a flag or a salute or those kind of things, it'd be awesome.
Yes, and people do it. I mean, it's overwhelming sometimes when you're going down the road and you see the people there. We did this once, I think it was just for regular funeral, and we passed the school, and all the kids were out. I think it was a deputy, and all the kids were out there, and they had flags and stuff, and it's amazing what people will do, and how patriotic they are.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. A little bit about Mr. Causey, Truman George Causey, World War II veteran. Signed up when he was 16 years old. He's born out of Port Vincent, Louisiana. Went into the military. He was the oldest of 5 children. And then he, in December of 41, so again, we were kind of talking, that must have been right after Pearl Harbor, into that range. And then he was captured. He survived the 65-mile brutal Bataan Death March. So he survived that, only to perish from malnutrition, disease, possible abuse at the age of 33 while in captivity in a Japanese prison camp, along with 2,500 prisoners of war. So this is common now, that now we're starting to have DNA evidence. We can look up people. So they'll go to these mass graves and start digging people up, and but they'll look for remains and then hopefully get guys home like George.
They get the DNA, and then they have family to compare it to, and they find a match, and then they'll take that, whatever they find, whatever body parts they can get, and bring them home, and then rebury them home.
Yeah. That's an incredible story. You've done this a couple of times. So that's what the Patriot Guard is, right?
That's one of the things we do. Mostly we go to funerals for veterans and stand and just show honor and respect. Sometimes we will escort to the cemetery. There are times when the military can't show up. So I play taps. I'm a trumpet player, so I have a bugle and I'll play taps. We have some guys especially out of Baton Rouge, have shotguns with the training blanks that are as loud as a regular 12 gauge. They'll fire a 3-round volley, and if we have to, we'll fold the flag. I mean, lately the military comes, they'll send 2 people, maybe 3. So they take care of the flag. We do everything else.
Yeah, I would imagine. I guess this is happening a little bit now that they're going through the remains like this. We've returned a lot of veterans now.
Like telling you earlier, it's more of the Pearl Harbor veterans because a lot of them were buried in a mass grave after the attack, and were there for you. They didn't know who was who.
Sure.
And now they're identifying and bringing them home. And
that's really great that we're doing that. And look, that's always been a military creed, right? Nobody left behind, right? So Falgout Funeral Home on Highway 1 in Raceland is where his remains will be, and the burial is set for Saturday. This is Thursday, though, is when you're bringing him home. And so Karen's mother, Sharon Guidry, was Causey's daughter.
Right.
He died at 33. They didn't even know each other, right?
No, because he died 2 months after she was, or before she was. I did read that.
Right.
But she never saw him.
So, and then her mother, and then this is, Karen is going to be in charge now. It's his granddaughter.
Yes.
And obviously somebody never met. He never met his daughter. So this is a tremendous story when you read about it. And this is a great honor that everybody's doing, including the United States, that are trying to do this. Let's take a break. We'll continue the story. We'll be right back right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by Cardiovascular Institute of the South, providing our patients the highest quality cardiovascular care available.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're speaking with Rocky Bush. He's with the Patriot Guard. We're talking about the return of Truman George Causey, and he'll be coming in on Thursday. And just to clarify the times a little bit, y'all don't have I know it's military time, but it's a little different, right?
The lady at the airport said that the flight is scheduled to land in New Orleans at 10:51. So that's right before 11 o'clock. Whether it does or not, we'll find out Thursday when they actually land.
And we know what's been going on in airports and all with air traffic controllers and all. But so it'll be sometime in the probably noonish area when they'll be getting back.
I think
but you'll probably take off by 11:30 or so.
I think so. Maybe
if everything's on time.
Yeah, we could leave at 11:15, but could be later. It really just depends when the plane lands.
Yeah, and again, just to talk about it, we have the return of Mr. Truman George Causey. He was a prisoner of war, World War II. He joined the military when he was 16 years old, was captured by the Japanese in December of 1941, survived the Bataan Death March, but later died in a prison camp. He was buried in a mass grave in the Philippines, and now the Philippine government has been helping the United States trying to bring back our soldiers. They did find some remains from Mr. Causey, and he will be returned to his family, his granddaughter, in Raceland. So the funeral will be held on Saturday at Falgout Funeral Home. That's on LA1 in Raceland. But he will be returned, and they will have a Patriot Guard from the airport all the way down Highway 90, LA1 into Raceland, and that'll be on Thursday.
Right.
And just to be, we don't know exact time, but it should be somewhere between 11 and 1 o'clock, I would imagine.
Yeah,
on Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, they usually land pretty close to their scheduled time, within 10, 15 minutes. I mean, we go to the airport plenty ahead of time to wait, and then we'll get notice the plane's landed, so we'll get all ready while the family goes to receive the remains, and then they come out. And once they come out, we pack everything up and head on down the road.
Yeah. So there'll be again. So the Patriot Guard will be followed him. Also, we show some pictures. There'll probably be people alongside the highway.
Yeah.
They're asking people to come out. You can stand at attention. You can have a flag. He'll have an escort from you guys. I'm sure there'll be
We'll have state police, sheriff's office. I think it's LaFou Sheriff's Office will be there with us.
And this is all Thursday. The actual funeral will be on Saturday.
Yes.
So, this will all take place on Thursday, but anybody interested, and we'd appreciate if anybody goes out and show their respects, because he's a great patriot. And his family, that time, 1941, you're not calling anybody on cell phones, right?
No.
So they don't know, Mr. Truman obviously dies in a tragic way, but his family never knows. So his wife, his daughter, they probably never knew. He was a prisoner of war, missing, and they didn't know exactly what happened to him.
And you get a lot of that. Because of the DNA advancements, they're able to identify and bring these guys home.
Yeah, and like I say, I think working with those governments as well. This is not like these are all. How the world is. Sometimes somebody's your enemy, now they're your ally, and now they're working with us to return a lot of these bodies as well.
Yeah, they do that, and it's nice.
Yeah, it really is. And when you think about that, and I guess we could start seeing a little bit more of this. Now, I don't know if they'll ever start going to back further than that, but. I'm sure there was a lot of that in World War I, World War II, and all of those areas.
Oh, I'm sure it went, all the wars. You've got people that were never identified and never came home, and nobody knows what happened to them.
Yeah. So, this is a good opportunity to, again, recognize a fallen soldier that's coming home, particularly this week, at Veterans Day on Tuesday, and his family. This guy gave the ultimate sacrifice, left behind a wife and a daughter, and that he never knew his daughter or obviously his grandchildren. And so now they will also be able to. So this is a tremendous story. This week being Veterans Day today, do you see this happening more and more? And you guys got into it. I guess this goes back to people were protesting veterans were coming home from Iraq and all that. I didn't even like to mention them, but that Baptist church at Winsboro.
That group.
They started. That's how you guys got started as a group as well.
To shield the families from the protesters.
And I think we're seeing that a little more. I think, everybody has a right to free speech, but other people get fed up with it and we have speech as well.
Yeah, and we can cut you off.
and that's kind of how they started. So how many of you guys will be here and part of it?
We don't know.
The riders?
We'll find out because we have missions, is what we call them, happening all over. I mean, we did some help on the home front missions today. I was at Texas Roadhouse. We had people at a nursing home in Hammond. They were in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette. We're everywhere. And we're statewide or nationwide, but we had stuff happening today, and we even had a mission popped up at the last minute. So I'm going tomorrow to Slidell, and we're going to escort the guy to the cemetery in Biloxi.
Wow,
because that's where they're going.
Well, awesome mission for you guys. Appreciate what you do. Obviously, we appreciate what Mr. Causey did, paying the ultimate price. Well, Rocky, thanks so much. Great meeting you. All right. We'll be right back with more Bayou Time right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Barker Honda. It's better at Barker.